The Cremation of Sam McGee by Robert Service. There are strange things done in the midnight sun by the men who moil for gold. Those Arctic trails have their secret tales that'll make your blood run cold. The Northern Lights have seen queer sights, but the queerest they ever did see was that night on the marge of Lake LaBarge when I cremated Sam McGee. Now, Sam McGee was from Tennessee, where the cotton blooms and blows. Why he left his home in the South to roam around the pole, God only knows. He was always cold, and the land of gold seemed to hold him like a spell. But he'd often say in his homely way that he'd sooner live in hell. It was on a Christmas day, and we were marching our way over the Dawson Trail. You talk of your cold, why through the parka's fold it stabbed like a driven nail. Where if our eyes we closed, the lashes froze till sometimes we couldn't see. It wasn't much fun, but the only one to whimper was Sam McGee. And that very night, as we lay packed tight in our robes beneath the snow, and the dogs were fed, stars overhead were dancing heel to toe, he turned to me, and Cap, says he, I'm going to cash up on this trip, I guess. And if I do, I'm asking that you won't refuse my last request. Well, he seemed so low I couldn't say no. Then he turned with a sort of a moan. And he says, it's a cursed cold, and it's got rot hole till I'm chilled clear through to the bone. Yet it ain't being dead. It's just my awful dread of the icy grave that pains. So I want you to swear that, foul or fair, you'll cremate my last remains. Well, a pal's last need is a thing to heed. So I swore I would not fail. And we started on at the streak of dawn, but God, he looked ghastly pale. He crouched on his sleigh, and he raved all day about his home in Tennessee. But before nightfall, a corpse was all that remained left of Sam McGee. There wasn't a breath in that land of death as I hurried horror-driven, with a corpse half-hid that I couldn't get rid because of a promise given. Which last to the sleigh, it seemed to say, you may tax your brawn and brains, but you promised true. Now it's up to you to cremate these last remains. Now a promise made is a debt unpaid, and the trail has its own stern code. When the days to come, my lips were dumb, and my heart, oh, I cursed that load. In the long, long night, by the lone firelight, when the huskies round the ring howl out their woes to the homely snows. Oh God, how I loathed that thing. And every day that quiet claim seemed to heavy and heavier grow. Yet on I went, for the dogs were spent, and the grub was getting low. And then the trail was bad, and I felt half mad, but I swore I would not give in, and I'd often sing to the hateful thing, and I'd hearken with a frozen grin. And I came to the marge of Lake LaBarge, and the derelict there lay. It was jammed in the ice, but I saw in a trice it was called the Alice May. And I looked at it, and I thought a bit, and I looked at my frozen chum. And here, said I with a sudden cry, is my crematorium. Some planks I tore from the cabin floor, and I lit the boiler fire. Some coal I found that was lying around, and I heaped the fuel higher. Oh, the flames just soared, and the furnace roared, such a blaze you seldom see. And I burrowed a hole in the glowing coal, and I stuffed in Sam McGee. Then I took a hike, because I didn't like to hear him sizzle so. And the heavens howled, and the huskies howled, and the wind began to blow. It got icy cold, but the hot sweat rolled down my cheeks, and I don't know why. And the greasy smoke in an inky cloak went streaking down the sky. I do not know how long in the snow I've wrestled with grisly fear, but the stars came out and danced about ere again I ventured near. I was sick with dread, but I bravely said, I'll just take a peep inside. I guess he's cooked, and it's time I looked. Then the door I opened wide, And there sat Sam, looking cool and calm, in the heart of the furnace roar. And he wore a smile you could see a mile. And he said, "Please close that door. It's fine in here, but I greatly fear you're going to let in the cold and storm. Why, since I left Plumtree down in Tennessee, it's the first time I've been warm." Now, there are strange things done in the midnight sun by the men of moil for gold. Those Arctic trails have their secret tales that'll make your blood run cold. The northern lights have seen queer sights, but the queerest they ever did see was that night on the marge of Lake LaBarge when I cremated Sam